Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. We got Bret the Hitman Hart versus the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith. And this happened months and months and months before SummerSlam 1992. Bret Hart is the greatest technical wrestler of all time, and all rights belong to World Wrestling Entertainment. Here comes the British Bulldog, and please do like and subscribe to my videos because I do appreciate it. I actually met Bret the Hitman Hart at his bar. Bret Hart shows up to his bar on Thursday night, so that's when you can meet him. I met him, and he was one of the nicest wrestlers I've ever met. I met a lot of wrestlers, and Ric Flair was not a good... I met Ric Flair, and he was not very nice. But Bret the Hitman Hart was amazing. He's a really nice man. I think Bret Hart is the greatest technical wrestler of all time. Kurt Angle's number 2, and then maybe number 3 is Chris Benoit. And here comes the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. The greatest athlete to come out of Calgary, Alberta, Canada is the Hitman Bret Hart. And yeah, this is when he held the Intercontinental title. He's had great matches. Probably his greatest match of all time is against Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. But he also had a great match with Stone Cold Steve Austin at Survivor Series 1996 in Madison Square Garden. If all those allegations are true of Vince McMahon, I'm glad that he left. Triple H is doing a great job as running the WWE, so hopefully he keeps it up. And Cody Rhodes is a great champion, but the chase is actually better than when you get the title. So hopefully, you never know, maybe Solo Sikoa will win the title, which is really good. And I have to say, the Samoans are the greatest family in the history of professional wrestling. No family comes close to the Samoan family. All right, here we go, and there's Bret Hart, and there's I believe Gorilla Monsoon's kid. And this is for the Intercontinental title. And Bret Hart is the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. The greatest technical wrestler of all time. Kurt Angle maybe comes close, but he's a far second. Nobody beats the Hitman Bret Hart. And yeah, so Bret the Hitman Hart versus the British Bulldog. This will be an amazing match. 5 stars, 10 stars. Don't listen to Dave Meltzer. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's a dork. But yeah, this is going to be a great, great match. And if there was a book I would suggest, it's Bret the Hitman Hart's autobiography. It's a great read. There's a picture of Bret Hart with both his sons and Snoop Dogg that's on social media. And Bret Hart likes the weed like we all do. So yeah, that's good that he likes the ganja. Because yeah, that's very cool. So here we go. They shake hands, and it's one-on-one. And they main evented Wembley Arena. And they had a great match. But Bret Hart said that he carried Davey Boy Smith because Davey Boy Smith was on crack. That's what Bret Hart said in his book. So I'm just going to take it as the truth because Bret was there, so he knows what he's talking about. But British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, it's good that he's in the WWE Hall of Fame. He's a great athlete. Him and Dynamite Kid were in one of the greatest tag teams of all time, the British Bulldogs. And here we go. He's got a side headlock on him. And it's anybody's match. So yeah, side headlock by Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. One of the greatest wrestlers to ever come out of Britain. He's up there with Big Jack Haystacks and some of the other guys. Dynamite Kid's one of the other ones. Dynamite Kid, pound for pound, is probably one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. And that's what Bret Hart said. So if Bret Hart says that you're a great wrestler, then you truly are a great wrestler. I will always be a Bret Hart fan. I think that he's very transparent and he tells the truth. The death of WCW that was on Vice recently. And yeah, I think that Bret Hart is, he's amazing. He tells the truth. He never holds anything back from his autobiography to anything. He punched out Vince McMahon from the Montreal Screwjob, which was very cool. So yes, Bret Hart is one of the greatest wrestlers of all time. He had a great match with Stone Cold Steve Austin at WrestleMania 13. Oh, what's he going to do there? Side headlock by the Hitman Bret Hart as the British Bulldog is... And there's Joey Morella, the son of the late, great Gorilla Monsoon. WWF, WWE, whatever you want to call it, is the greatest professional wrestling company in the world. The greatest sports entertainment company in the world. No company comes close. And here we go. This is... Bret Hart versus British Bulldog from the 90s, and Bret Hart goes over him, and what's he going to do? Oh, I thought he was going to give him a roll-up right there. Oh, a small package. 1, 2, only a 2 count by referee, and side headlock again by the Hitman Bret Hart. The greatest technical wrestler to ever come out of Canada. Him and Owen Hart are the 2 greatest wrestlers to come out of the Hart family. No other wrestlers compare. Nothing against Keith or Ross or Bruce, but none of them compare against the Hitman Bret Hart and Owen Hart. One, two, oh, and there was in Bret Hart's book, he said that they were thinking about Bruce coming in to face Bret, but Bret chose Owen, and that's what it was. Because Owen was the better worker, it is what it is. So now he's got him in a side headlock, and it's anybody's match here. This was during the time when Bret Hart was the Intercontinental Champion. He's been Tag Team Champion. He's been World Heavyweight Champion. He's one of the greatest champions of all time. Not mainstream wise, but technical wrestling wise. He is the greatest storyteller of all time, and that's the truth. And now here we go. Davey Boy is hitting the back of his arm with the knee. I have no idea where this match took place. I was thinking maybe Springfield, Massachusetts, but I could be wrong. If you know where this match took place, please leave where it took place in the comments. And here we go. Bret Hart is trying to fight back. The greatest technical wrestler. All three of his matches from King of the Ring 1993 were amazing matches. The thing is that Bret Hart has had more great matches than bad matches, and that's the truth. And now he's putting him in a side. What's he going to do? Is he going to do a flip or something right here? Side arm. And yeah, here we go. And he does that. And boom, yeah, he does that flip and gets Bret Hart in the armbar. All rights belong to World Wrestling Entertainment and TKO. I'm just doing this for fun. Send all the money to them. I just enjoy doing commentary. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. As he's got him in a side armbar. So this was just a tryout match, really, I think, for their match at SummerSlam, which they main evented, by the way. And he'd go in for, whoa, here, 1, 2, only a 2 count, and that was a crucifix. Flips Bret Hart over, and he flips him over again, and he's got him in a side armbar, or side, you know what the move is, because you're a wrestling fan, so I don't need to tell you what the move is. Bret the Hitman Hart is Calgary's greatest athlete. Let's call it what it is. He is the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be. WCW had no idea what to do with Bret Hart. Everybody was wanting Bret the Hitman Hart versus Hulk Hogan on pay-per-view, and they couldn't even get us that. That pay-per-view would have made so much of money, and that's, WCW went out of business. You can watch the documentary series, Who Killed WCW, and Brad Siegel, he may have been one of them. Jamie Keller, they all, Stu Snyder, I think it was, no, Stu something. I don't think it's Stu Snyder. He did the Suicide Squad. So here we go. Bret Hart's got him against the rope. Nope, he doesn't, and he flips him back over. Bret Hart has, he's carried a lot of great guys to some great matches, sort of thing. His match with Steve Austin from WrestleMania 13, that was equal. Him and Steve Austin had a great match together because Steve Austin is a great worker and all that good stuff. And Triple H is doing a great job running WWE, so good job, Triple H. You are the man. You're running WWE as it should be. And he throws him against the ropes, and what's going to happen here? And he hits him in the knee, and British Bulldog goes down. All right, Bret Hart is now in control, and he hits him in the breadbasket. I do say, if you ever go to Calgary, go to the Hitman's Bar on Thursday nights. That's where you can meet Bret the Hitman Hart. I met Bret the Hitman Hart. He is one of the nicest wrestlers I've ever met. He really is nice to all his fans. As he said in his Hall of Fame speech, never forsake your fans, and he's a man of his word. He's a legend. He's a nice guy, and it's really cool to meet him. Whatever. And he just hit him with the atomic drop. Oh, and now British Bulldog is down, if that's the correct move. And what's he going to do? And he hits him in the head with one of his great punches. So yes, Bret Hart is the greatest technical wrestler to ever step in the ring in the WWE and in WCW. Hits him in the forearm, and what's going on here? He hits him again with the forearm, and Davey Boy Smith goes down. They are both part of two great tag teams, the Hart Foundation and the British Bulldogs. And they had some great matches against and they had some great matches against each other. But there you go, he puts him in a side headlock by the Hitman Bret Hart. The greatest wrestler to come out of Canada. Nothing against Edge or Chris Jericho or any of the other Canadian guys, Kevin Owens, but Bret Hart is the greatest of all time. Alright, he's got him in a side headlock, And there you go. So it's a packed crowd. So yes, he's got him in a side headlock. They had a great match in Wembley Stadium where British Bulldog won the Intercontinental title, and then he lost it weeks or months later on Saturday night's main event on Fox against Shawn Michaels. And Bret Hart faced Papa Shango on that night, and Bret Hart retained his title, and then he faced Shawn Michaels at the Survivor Series 1992. And it was an okay match. It wasn't as good as their match at WrestleMania 12 or their match at Survivor Series 1997. Whoa! There we go. And Survivor Series 1997 is the world famous Screwjob, the Montreal Screwjob, that changed the course of wrestling forever. It really did. So those 20,000 people in the Molson Center were part of history. Oh, and he hits him with a pile driver. And everybody that watched it on pay-per-view were a part of history. And he's going to pin him 1, 2, only a 2 count by Gorilla Monsoon's son. There were really 3 or 4 pivotal moments that changed the course of wrestling. When Shawn Michaels, Razor Ramon, Kevin Nash, and Scott Hall all did the curtain call in Madison Square Garden. Stone Cold Steve Austin doing the Austin 316 speech in promo. The Montreal Screwjob, and Hulk Hogan dropping the leg on Macho Man Randy Savage at Bash at the Beach 1996. Those 4 moments really changed the course of professional wrestling forever, and that's what it is. That's the truth. So yes, all those people were part of making professional wrestling history. And also, here we go. He's going to 1, 2, only a 2 count. And also WrestleMania 14, when the Austin era began, when Stone Cold Steve Austin beat Shawn Michaels. That is the night, the day that the Attitude Era began, was WrestleMania 14. Here we go. So now what's he going to do? Bret Hart is the side Russian. No, he's going for a backbreaker. Bam! He hits the backbreaker. WCW had no idea what to do with Bret Hart when he was the hottest free agent in the world. They should have done that match with Hulk Hogan on pay-per-view and made millions of dollars, but they dropped the ball. 1, 2, only a 2 count. As Bret Hart said in a lot of shoot interviews, that him and Hulk Hogan had matches at house shows, at live events, but they never had matches on pay-per-view, which they should have had, but it never came to be for some reason. But Hulk Hogan had a lot of political power in WCW, and one of the reasons why WCW went out of business. Bret Hart going for the sharpshooter, and what's he doing? No, he's going to the ropes. Remember, all rights belong to World Wrestling Entertainment and TKO. So if there are commercials during this match and all that sort of stuff, the money's going to them. I just like doing commentary for fun. Yes, you can go on my channel, and I do commentary on a lot of other wrestling matches, so please do check them out. Throws him against the ropes, and he caught the leg. Enziguri by Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. The Hart Foundation came together in 1997, and they were one of the greatest factions of all time. It was great to have Bret the Hitman Hart, Owen Hart, Brian Pillman, Davey Boy Smith, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart, which was amazing. And he's got him in a side headlock, and he throws him against the ropes. And what's going to happen here? Oh, no, he caught him. Puts his head on the mat and throws him against the turnbuckle. There you go. That's a great move by the legendary Davey Boy Smith, who is part of one of the greatest tag teams of all time, the British Bulldogs. And it's true. Throws him again. Oh, look at that. Clothesline. A very good clothesline by Davey Boy Smith, the British Bulldog. And British Bulldog is the cousin of the Dynamite Kid. 1, 2, only a 2 count by referee Joey Morella. So yes, here we go. What's he going to do now? All right, and he's putting him up. What's he going to put him up for? He's putting him up for the famous, because he really, the suplex, where he holds him up. And I have to say, Natalya Neidhart has had a Hall of Fame career in the WWE. 1, 2, only a 2 count. She's been in the WWE for 16 or 17 years, and hopefully they put her in the Hall of Fame. She's a workhorse. She really helped build the women's division. Even though Becky Lynch is one of the pillars, and so is Charlotte Flair, she really did. And she had a great match with Charlotte Flair in 2014, and that stole the show on NXT, where Bret Hart was in Natalya's corner and Ric Flair was in Charlotte's corner. They had the match of the night. And then nothing against TJ Wilson and his opponent, but those two women stole the show. They had the match of the night. So now Bret Hart's got him in the sleeper hold. If this is anybody's match, Bret Hart, the greatest technician, and nobody can tell me any otherwise. He really is a great storyteller. Nobody comes close, and a lot of people need to, do their work and try to get close to being as great as Bret Hart. So he's got him in his sleeper hold. It's 1. All right, is he going to go down? And he's 2. All right, is he going to go down for the third one? Nope, he's hulking up, and he's going to, what's he going to do now? He runs Bret Hart into the corner as Bret Hart is just there. That's what he's doing. WCW, you really dropped the ball with the Hitman Bret Hart. And that match with Hulk Hogan would have made millions and millions of pay-per-view buys. And Goldberg with that kick. Goldberg, that's not very cool of you, and you really did a terrible job with that kick. So Bret Hart throws him against the ropes, and what's going to happen? And he throws him outside. Oh, they both go outside the ring. So what's going to... The referee's counting. Hopefully this doesn't end in a double countout, but it's anybody's match. Bret Hart is currently the Intercontinental Champion during this time. So this is when, just after he beat Mr. Perfect in Madison Square Garden, and they had that great match at SummerSlam 1992, and Mr. Perfect really made Bret the Hitman Hart that night. Oh no, this may have been after Rowdy Piper at WrestleMania 8. I don't know the timeline between those times. Maybe that you in the comments will tell me, because Rowdy Piper also really helped Bret Hart as well in that great match at WrestleMania 8. He goes over. What's he going to do? German suplex. 1, 2, 3. Bret the Hitman Hart wins the match in what was an amazing match. You know, you don't need to listen to Dave Meltzer, because Dave Meltzer only puts 6 stars when the match takes place in Japan. But I'm going to give this match 10 stars, and it didn't even happen in Japan. And Bret Hart is a great wrestler. Davey Boy Smith is a great wrestler, and they deserve their flowers now. You know, they're 2 legends. They're 2 great wrestling legends. And they had great matches in Calgary, and they had great matches in the WWE. But British Bulldog never became WWE champion. He came back to WWE in 1999, and for some reason it just didn't work. He had a feud with The Rock for a little bit, but that feud was not very good. And he won the hardcore title. But yeah, he still has a great... See, they shake hands. They're brother-in-laws, and they're both great wrestlers. All rights belong to World Wrestling Entertainment and TKO. Please do like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks very much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one.